Hi Anna, hey girls and everybody at Real Women of Philadelphia. It's me again, Cindy Jameson, and welcome back to my kitchen. It's entree week, so I wanted to show you a special recipe that we really like in this house. It's calzones. We're really big pizza fans, so I thought of a creative way to incorporate some of our Philadelphia cream cheese into a calzone so that it just is ooey and gooey and melty and really delicious. So let's get started. First thing we want to do for our creamy Philadelphia caramelized onion and prosciutto calzones is to caramelize our onions. So I'm going to hit a warm pan with about 1 to 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and I like to add a bit of butter to my pan as well. I'd say about a tablespoon. And we'll get our onions in there and let them slowly cook down with a bit of brown sugar and just a touch of balsamic vinegar, and they're going to get all nice and soft and golden and sweet. It's going to go wonderfully with the cream cheese and the prosciutto. So while my onions are caramelizing, I want to start on my pizza dough. Now I found this pizza dough recipe on a cooking forum that I am group owner with a whole bunch of other wonderful ladies. And this pizza dough is so quick and easy. It comes together in a snap. It only has to rest for 10 minutes and then you have your dough ready for pizza. So in my mixer bowl I have 3 cups of flour. To that I'm going to add 1 packet or 2 1/4 teaspoons of yeast. Quarter, not half. And then about half a teaspoon of salt. And then here I have a cup of hot water, well, warm water. You want it about 115 degrees. And I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of olive oil to that. Now this is the part where you can get really creative and add things to your dough if you'd like. Sometimes I like to add some ground rosemary, some thyme, maybe a little bit of basil in my crust. But today I'm going to be going with some garlic powder and Parmesan cheese. So I'm just going to add a few shakes of my garlic powder and a few shakes of my grated Parmesan. There's my cooking face again. And I'm going to start by mixing this with a wooden spoon, and then I'll pop it on my stand mixer for about 5 minutes and let it do all the kneading, and I can concentrate on getting our yummy fillings together. So we're going to add in that water and olive oil. You know, garlic and Parmesan in pizza dough or in breadsticks, I think has to be one of my favorite combinations. There's just something about garlic and cheese and bread. It's going to taste wonderful. And add that Philly cream cheese in there. Oh my goodness. I don't think there could be a better pizza filling or calzone filling than Philadelphia cream cheese. I'm going to be using garden vegetable cream cheese because we've never tried it before, and I thought it's about time we try a new flavor. So I'm just going to spread that on the dough. I want to leave a border around the edge because I'm going to be rolling that up so all our yummy filling stays in. I'm going to start with half the container, see what that gives us, and I'll add more if I need to. So I've spread our dough with our garden vegetable cream cheese, and now I'm going to add some pieces of prosciutto. I'm going to do about 3 slices. I'm just going to rip them on here into little pieces and sprinkle it all over. This is going to add great, wonderful, salty contrast to our sweet onions and the tangy cream cheese. It's going to be so good. Prosciutto is just so wonderful. It's soft and almost has a buttery flavor. Amazing. Now I'm going to put about say 1/4 cup of goat cheese. Just going to crumble it on there. Nice, yummy, creamy goat cheese. This is just going to bump the level of creaminess up to over the top. I'm just going to wash my hands and we'll come back to it. Have my hands all clean, so now it's time to add some fresh thyme. I'm just going to sprinkle it on there. Now I'm just going to add on some baby spinach leaves just to add a nice green color when we cut into this. And also the slight bitterness of the greens is going to contrast perfectly with all our other ingredients. Going to add our wonderful caramelized onions in there. Remember, I put a touch of balsamic vinegar and brown sugar in there, so you know they're going to be nice and sweet and delicious. Now I'm going to seal this all up. All I want to do is fold one edge over the other. My baking sheet has already been oiled, so both sides are nice and flavorful with some nice olive oil. And all I want to do is pinch together and fold. Just making sure that the bottom piece of dough gets folded over the top piece of dough and sealed in, so none of this creamy, wonderful goodness oozes out while we're baking this in the oven. My oven is set at 375 degrees. I'm going to bake this for maybe 20, 30 minutes, depending. I'll pop this into the oven and see you when it's done. Oven, and I'm ready to cut into it to look and see how yummy and creamy and delicious it is. I'm just going to cut it into, let's go with wedges today. 4 wedges. Yum! Oh my goodness. It's hot. But delicious. Bring this over so you guys can see. Look at that. You can see the spinach. The caramelized onion just wants to ooze out of there because of all the cheese. Some nice prosciutto. The creamy cheese. Alright. Still very hot, but I cannot resist. Let's see here. Oh my goodness. This is crazy good. So I just want to say thank you for joining me in my kitchen today, and I hope to see you again soon with another fabulous Billy creation.